Welcome back to the Real Talk podcast. This is episode 28.
Yep. Episode 28. Holy crap, we're almost up to episode 30.
Yeah. Let's do this. We have fun.
Oh, God.
So, we didn't get to do a podcast last week because we were at Comic-Con at Sydney.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. Hopefully you've all seen our first vlog post about that.
Yeah. That did really well, actually.
It did really well. People seem to really enjoy it, which is good because we're looking at doing more stuff like that in the future anyway.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
I look forward to doing that because I really enjoyed doing that kind of filming. Like
Yeah, it's
vlogging
good
and
to
all
do
that
some
stuff.
like the backstage, like what happens behind the scenes and like what we get up to
Yeah.
when we're not on camera, heavily drinking and
Speaking
throwing at each other and playing Dungeons and Dragons. But we'll get into that later.
We'll
So there's been a few trailer drops and a few announcements over the last couple of weeks that we haven't done anything on because we've just been super busy. Well, we're pop culture discussion, so we'll start with a few comic book things.
Yeah.
Right. We've seen Joker. Well, you've seen Joker. I'm seeing it this afternoon. So by the time this comes out, I'll have seen it. The review is up. We're not going to talk about it today.
No.
I don't. Next week, at some point, or maybe later on in this week, we're going to release the full like half an hour discussion, like breakdown, spoilers, all that stuff. That's coming because like you've seen it.
Yeah.
It definitely seems to warrant a full discussion about it.
Oh yeah.
So we'll work on that. So we'll go from Joker to his girlfriend.
That's brilliant.
Because the trailer for Birds of Prey finally came out, and I've been
Yeah.
looking forward to this for a while. Because like I'm a big fan of Harley Quinn. I'm a big fan of the Birds of Prey comics and the Harley Quinn comics.
Yeah.
And they've I'm cautiously optimistic. It looks like they've nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does seem to be very Harley Quinn centric, which makes sense for this movie because you use a pre-introduced character as the main character to introduce the others, which seems to be Huntress and Dinah Lance's Black Canary.
Right.
They seem to be the other major heroes in this, and Ewan McGregor is Roman Silas, otherwise known as Black Mask.
Yeah, when you told me that, I lost it a little bit because I love Black Mask. He's such a cool character.
He's a great character.
He's a great character. He's such a good villain too.
Yeah, he's like your classic. He's like your mob boss, but a little bit worse. He is DC's answer to Kingpin.
Yeah.
And it's just, and that it's just like extreme criminal scum is a perfect match for this new Harley Quinn. Yeah. And it just seems to work. And I like that they added the subtitle, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Yeah. Which is brilliant. And that just sort of nails the sense of humor that
they're going to go for.
Which is the kind of humor that you should be going for with DC and these things. It's what Suicide Squad clearly meant to do.
Yeah.
But was cut wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me ask you that because I'm kind of glad that you brought up Suicide Squad. Do you think that this movie will pull a Suicide Squad? I mean, the trailers and I don't mean this as it's going to be garbage. I'm saying mainly because I was super excited for Suicide Squad. Yeah. Because the trailers made it look great, like it was going to be the best movie to come out in DC for a while. Yeah. And then I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that it's taken a while, but I feel like Warner Brothers are finally learning. So they've taken a step back and they're letting movies be made. So they put no pressure on Wonder Woman. Yeah. And that is by far the best DC movie that's come out in years.
I mean, I still get chills when I watch it, when she goes up into the battlefield. and you see her as Wonder Woman. She's got the shield. She's got her sword. Does she have a sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a shield. Got the sword.
And you get the theme.
And you got and then she's running through the field. I'm thinking about it now. I get chills now because it's an iconic scene.
Yeah. And then they interfered a little bit with Aquaman, and that's when you get some there's this. It's a little bit camp, but it's exactly what Aquaman has always been.
Yeah.
So if you didn't like it, it's probably just because you don't like Aquaman.
Well, to be fair, I think they did a really good job with Aquaman because it's really hard to turn a character that everybody's been making fun of for the last 80 years into something that is as awesome.
And they did a pretty good job. Like,
they did a great job.
When inevitably they make Aquaman 2, I'll be pretty keen for it.
Yeah. I didn't really like Black Manta.
Shazam was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed it. And that just proves that, like, it's like step by step by step, they're going, they've finally just got up. The people who are writing these movies clearly know what they're doing, and they've just taken a step back.
Because recently,
so if they've done that with Birds of Prey,
then
Birds of Prey will be the best movie. Like, it could be the best comic book movie next year.
Well, hopefully, because I've been watching all the trailers, and I can't stop watching it. And, like, every single time you re-watch a trailer, you find something new about the scene and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do like what they're doing with, and I think Ewan McGregor, he's having a good year.
He is having a good year. So he's got this, he's got Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he is returning as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
We don't know when. My money is on Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I think now that... Okay.
You reckon that they'll do they'll have him as like a Force Ghost?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Or, yeah, for sure.
Force Ghost Obi-Wan go up against Force Ghost Palpatine?
I would love it, but no.
No.
I just feel like now that they've confirmed that they're doing the Obi-Wan TV show on Disney Plus and Ewan McGregor's reprising his role, it would be stupid not to use him.
Yeah. I really wish I watched that. Because they announced that at was it the D23? No.
Yeah, D23, all the Star Wars stuff got announced.
Yeah, they announced all of that. I wish I watched it because apparently he came out on the stage and all that kind of stuff. It was Kathleen Kennedy came out and she announced it, and then he came out.
And then he came out, yeah.
Yeah. But, there has been no talk of when it's going to come out or... Yeah.
No, I think we're looking at probably a year or two before... Well, definitely at least a year before we see an episode of Obi-Wan. They've got to be really careful with how they play this.
I mean, I think they'll do a good job. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, she hasn't done
she hasn't done a bad job.
She hasn't done a bad job.
She has said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But she's not done a bad job.
But, for a long time, a lot of people thought that she wasn't right for the job because, she was too, a lot of people said, she was too business for the role and all that kind of stuff.
I think she might have been a bit too political pushy. She really pushed that sort of...
What do you mean?
She... Try not to get myself in trouble on the internet again. She really pushed the feminist side.
Yeah.
Which there isn't a problem with.
No.
But it was things like the Force is female stuff. And you're like, well, actually, the Force is genderless magic. Yeah. It doesn't have a gender. I get, yes, Star Wars needed more female main characters and people to do more stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was very sort of male-centered as the side of the 70s and 80s. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
Action hero movies were male-led.
Yeah.
There becomes a point when you're no longer just adding things and you're just being an ass.
Fair. But I mean,
she really pulled that back.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting feminism into that, putting feminism into it, as long as there's a purpose there.
Yeah.
There's a purpose for it. If you're putting it in there for the sake of putting it there, then
then there's a problem.
Then there's a bit of a problem.
Because it's almost counterproductive at that point.
Yeah.
It's like when a movie advertises 6 months before the movie comes out that we've got a gay person in it. And you're like, that doesn't
add to the story. It doesn't.
Without going too deep down this dangerous, spiky rabbit hole. Do you know who did it best?
Who?
Added the LGBT characters in their movies? Deadpool. Deadpool just put one in there, didn't bring it up, never mentioned it in the thing.
Who?
Just had it in there.
Who was it?
The Yukio and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, yeah.
Because they never bring up, they just have them be a couple on screen, and they never mention it. It just never... It just never happens.
Yeah.
It was never advertised. It was never written into the script. It was never. It was just like it's there. It's like, that's how it should be done. Because do you know what they are? Normal fucking people.
Yeah.
Like if you've got to highlight it and go, look what we've got, right? Yeah, it's counterproductive.
Yeah, fair. And they are a cute couple. In that.
Yeah.
Hi Yukio.
Hey Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hi Wade.
What a great film. What a fantastic film.
Bye Yukio.
We have fun.
Oh my god. I'm glad we stopped. That is a dangerous rabbit hole.
Yeah, so we'll pull that back. Another trailer we've been watching over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The trailer for The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
like Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, that movie look. I don't know if it's going to be funny or if it's going to be or if they cut the trailer to make it comic, like to make it.
I'm getting very Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels vibes. It is a very obscure movie. I don't know if you like Lock, Stock, Twin Towns, and Snatch. They're all these like old school, like the English gangster films, but they're set out like a serious gangster film.
Yeah.
But they're freaking hilarious. Like it's just absolutely ridiculous. So I think like if you're under the age of 16, you're gonna want to like skip. I can say like 2 minutes into the future. There's a scene. I'm pretty sure it's Snatch.
Yeah.
It might be Lock, Stock. Don't hold me to that.
Well, I'm
Now
sure
that I think
somebody
about
out
it,
there will hold you to it.
Now that I think about it, it might be Lock, Stock. But the big
No,
it's definitely Snatch because he sits at the desk, and his front for like the crime syndicate thing is a sex shop, and the guy goes up to upstairs and he's like, they're just telling a story about him.
Yeah,
it's like one of those like one of the guys telling the story about what this guy once did.
Yeah,
and they're showing it on screen, and he's like, oh, the guy got angry. Got him angry once, and he beat him to death with a 12-inch black cock. And then you just see him like pick up this big dildo off the bench and just start beating him to death with it. And it's very much like that style of just sort of like it's semi-serious but also really really funny.
Yeah,
and that's what this reminds me of. Like this reminds me of those movies but with a budget.
But like that movie. Just watching the trailer, I'm getting a very like Kingsman sort of vibe to it. Just from like the filming style and all that kind of stuff. Is it by the same director? Like, is it by the same director?
I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah, I think it's definitely got one of the same writers.
Because I thought like when I heard the name The Gentleman, I thought it had like a branch off from the Kingsman.
No, it is very very
different.
Yeah, it's a different sort of movie. It's a gangster film at its core.
Okay, good.
But which is good. But even like they set it up in the beginning, so it starts off with a joke and it ends with. So it starts with something funny, it ends with something funny, and everything in between is sort of halfway between funny and halfway between super serious. And I think that's what this film is going to be. It's like it's going to be a series of like really serious moments intercut with ridiculous dialogue.
Yeah.
So it's like what you're watching is deadly serious, but everything they say is ridiculous.
But you know what? It's been a while since we've seen a good gangster movie. I think the last good gangster movie I saw was... What is it?
Public Enemy?
No. It was... God, what was
that one with Tom Hardy in it?
Yeah.
Legacy. Legend,
yeah. Where he plays himself.
He plays himself twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's a great film.
That scene when they're in like the pub and then his psychopathic twin brother comes in with two hammers. Yeah, it's great.
It's a great film. Yeah.
What do you get when a psychopath? What do you get when a psychopathic dude walks into a bar and he just comes out of nowhere and starts beating the crap out of dudes with hammers? It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And this thing's like it looks exactly the same, like the same sort of sense of humor as like old school English movies.
Yeah,
which obviously I'm slightly partial to. But like even just the opening of the trailer was like, I want you to play a game with me. No, okay, I really Or should we try it again? I want you to play a game with me. All right. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Fantastic.
I want you to play a game with me. I don't want to play a game. I said play a game with me. All right. Lovely.
Yeah, it's just great. And he starts like running through.
But you know what else? It's like going back to the gangster movie aspect of it. Just from watching the trailer, I think they're going to, because it's set now. It's British, but is it British?
Yeah,
it's British. It's set.
They're very definitely in London.
They're in London, and it's set now, and it's about these old crime these crime families that have been doing
old
things,
school like
old
crime
school
boss,
crime family against these new
sort of millennial thugs.
Yeah,
basically.
and he even says it is like, and then out of no, then
he bursts onto the screen like a millennial firework.
Yeah. I love that. I love
great.
that. It's old versus new.
And then there's like intercut. Like go and watch the trailer. It's great. And the sense of humor. I feel like what highlights this movie's sense of humor is Colin Farrell's scene with the guy in the trunk.
Yeah.
And he's like, his name's Fuck. It's spelled fucker. It's spelled with a PH, so it's pronounced fuck. And he like rips it off, and he's like, and he's like, hey fuck, shut the fuck up.
His name's Fuck. It's spelled with a PH, so it sounds like fuck. Please. Alright, fuck, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, it's just like that's prime. Just
that's good. Like
English
that's good
comedy,
dialogue, and that English comedy is my favorite comedy. It's something about the accent. I love it. It just works.
It's the dry sense of humor.
It's the dry sense of humor.
Like,
Can't really get that.
This
with
movie
Australian.
looks like it's an American gangster film.
Yeah.
Mixed with Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, has a
and
really
they've just
good
sort
way.
of brought them together.
Yeah.
And it's anyway. We're gonna.
I
could go on about this trailer all day, and there's only been one released, so.
I'm probably gonna watch it after we're done.
Yeah, so I'm pretty keen. Couple things. Last week, let's talk about video games. I want to talk about video games. Okay, there was a state of play we're going to get into in a sec, but last week, maybe the week before, they re-released Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, which, as you know, because you live with me,
right.
I played a shitload of.
Yeah, you've been playing it.
Really enjoying it. Like, I forgot how much I like this game. There are bits that don't hold up.
Oh, really?
It's just.
The action in the game looks very dated.
Like the combat's a bit dated. Like it's still relatively easy to get used to, and like you still feel like an all-powerful Jedi. There's a few bits like not having a mini map, which I understand. It's definitely a sign of the times. It's like I have played so many games over the years that I didn't even realize that I'd become completely accustomed to having a map at all times.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
Yeah,
where the fuck am I supposed to go?
Like you'd be set. I've seen like there have been times like I've come from work and you're still on the same level because you have no idea where to go. Like, there's no checkpoints.
There's no like.
That's another thing too.
Yeah, no,
there's no
checkpoints.
There
are checkpoints, but they're so far between. You either have to be a god at this game or remember to frequently save. Which I do.
Which is nostalgic for me because I remember doing that.
But there's things like because I'm so used to things saving after every single major fight.
Yeah.
Which is sort of my fault. It's modern gaming, but there's been a few where I've got past a really, really hard bit, and I was it took me ages to get through it, and then I've gone through and I've not even thought about it, and then I've died in the next fight, and it's thrown me all the way back to my last save, and I was like. And I've just turned it off. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'll come back later.
Yeah.
But it's really fun, and it was the perfect timing.
Really?
They've just released it. It's taken me a little while. I reckon I'll finish it about the same time that Fallen Order comes out.
You reckon you'll write a review on it, or
maybe not.
Maybe an art. Could write an article.
I might do a comparison between that and Fallen Order.
Okay. Yeah.
Because what was considered to be one of the best Star Wars games ever, and what I hope to be the best Star Wars game ever. Don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah, I'm cautious about the new Star Wars game, because we've had a lot of Star Wars games and not a lot of them. They like we were talking about the other day. If you get a Star Wars game, you're either over powerful and the game's not a challenge, or you're not powerful enough and it's you just want to snap your controller in half.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
Like, what's it called? I think
The Force Unleashed. Yeah,
the first
where
one was
you
good
are
because your power level, like you get you unlock
by the
your
end.
powers.
By the end, you are overpowered.
Yes.
Whereas the second one, you start overpowered.
Yeah.
And I mean, for a start, the game's not that long.
No, it's not.
And you just sort of start going.
Yeah. Like, you don't even need to get your lightsaber.
Sorry, my lightsaber. Just fucking throw it. Yeah, they give you 2 lightsabers. I think I used them, like, twice.
Yeah. Like, if you have...
Because you're like, okay, I've got unlimited force powers, more or less. And you're like, okay. Yeah. And I could pick up one stormtrooper and beat an entire room to death with them.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that then.
Yeah. Well, one, it's fun, but also, like, there's no real challenge to it. And I also didn't really feel like there was a challenge in the second game when you're going up... Spoiler alert. If you're going up against Darth Vader at the end.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't really much of a challenge.
That boss fight should have been harder than it was. Like, there's that bit where he throws all the clones and stuff at you, and you've got to fight all the clones. You're like, no. If you're going one-on-one with Darth Vader, Darth Vader doesn't need backup.
Yeah.
But that's a boss fight thing.
Yeah, true. It's classic boss fight. They'll throw obstacles at you. You have to get over them, and then you have to make your way back to the actual boss. Because
I've just done a boss fight in Jedi Outcast.
Yeah.
Where you have to go one-on-one with, like, the main Sith's apprentice.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard, and you just have to find which of your force powers and which of the techniques you've got she can't defend. So it's like I lost like 4 or 5 times in a row. It's just kept kicking my ass until I found that she does one flippy move.
Right.
And if you force push her while she's doing that, she falls.
And
I was like, there it is. And then you've got to it's like it lowers her thing.
Right.
And it's literally like you've just got to be on the defensive until she does this one move, and then you just sort of bang, and you just. But the game doesn't tell you that.
No, you have to work
that's what
that
I
out for
like.
yourself.
And they're saying that the Fallen Order is, they described it to sort of be sort of Dark Soulsy.
Okay.
In that it's good, but you can't just be on the offensive all the time. You've got to work out weaknesses and if you're gonna go one-on-one with a Inquisitor, then they're gonna have their own different strengths and weaknesses, and you're gonna have to play it so that is how.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if someone's gonna be, if one of the Inquisitors is super offensive, you're gonna have to be defensive and wait for a break.
Yeah.
And then do your thing. Whereas if one of them will be maybe from a distance, and you're gonna have to find a way of distracting him to get in close.
So. I haven't watched the recent trailer. I have seen the bit of a gameplay where you see the character force push the clone and the Inquisitor away.
Yeah.
I am cautious about this game, and I wonder how they are going to, because I haven't played a game yet where I feel like I actually need to work, I need to work at it. I need to work at finishing it.
Yeah, there's Dark Souls games. And then
it's funny that
there's...
you mentioned Dark Souls, because I haven't played it because everyone's told me not to play it, because if you're not good at it, you're going to break your controller. Because
it's very frustrating, but it's also one of the only series of games these days that provides a genuine challenge.
That's why I want to that's why I'm thinking about going up and getting Monster Hunter. Is it Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because those I feel like that's a game where it's I picked it up and used it as if you want to grind through it. It's one of those games where
it's a massive grind.
Yeah, you're going to really grind through it.
It's also online only, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, lame. Great. That's lame. Alright, well, we probably won't get it then.
Well, it's one of those, it's you work with other players to take down these giant monsters.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that.
You want to take down giant monsters?
I want to take down giant monsters with but I want to do split screen. But then again, if I want to do that, I'll play Borderlands.
Yeah, which I'm thoroughly enjoying and still haven't finished. Yeah, so also last week there was a State of Play. It was fairly underwhelming.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot on there. They just showed a couple like indie games that were coming out soon and some other stuff that. There were two major points that I was actually genuinely excited about.
Yeah.
They announced a whole bunch of VR games.
Right.
Including LA Noire in VR.
Oh,
where you like drive around and you do gunfights and then you sit in the interrogation room and you get your notepad out and you.
That's cool.
And like that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh.
Which is that's LA Noire needed that. It was a great game, and the fact that you can play. I think it's LA Noire VR case files, so it's not the game.
It's the
it's other crimes that he's done, that he was a part of that weren't part of the main story.
Right.
So, which is cool. Like it, and like to that, and there was another one that I can't remember the name of, which is super bad. I should have written it down. Which was basically a Colosseum arena.
Oh.
And you just sort of walk out and you pick up your sword and your shield and you just thump other guys. I'm not sure if it's out. If it is, I'm going to buy it because it looks like.
Is this the one where there's big heads around the arena and all that kind of stuff, and then there's a gate that goes down, and then you have to go up against a number of people?
Yeah, pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, I think it's been out for a while, but if they've updated it, I want to play it because
I think it was out on Oculus for PC, and now it's out on PS4.
I think that'd be a perfect game to play after a really painful day at work, and because we're doing this 8-week health challenge. Yeah, I feel like if I can't have a beer after a shit day at work, I'm going to come home and play VR and beat the shit out of people in the fake world. If I can't have a beer, fair. I want to beat the shit out of people in the fake world. Because I can't do it in real life.
100%. Yeah, 100% true. Yeah, we'll probably get it. Let's be realistic. I'm constantly in that VR thing anyway, getting all the Riddler trophies on Batman because I have a problem.
I mean, that game has replay value. It's not a long game, but it is a fun game because it's just awesome playing as Batman.
That's a great game. It's it's not long. It's probably, if you just do the story and you don't do anything else, it probably takes you
15 minutes.
It's longer than that.
30 minutes.
Like half an hour to an hour, depending on how long it takes you to get through that puzzle in the morgue.
Shut up.
You're welcome.
It took me way longer than it needed to.
It would have taken you forever. You'd still be in it now trying to work out the puzzle.
To be fair, I was in there and I was just throwing shit around. I was just like, a clipboard, and I would just throw it at a corpse.
Yeah. I'm Batman. So the other thing that the whole point of that state of play with all those announcements was to show the new trailer for Last of Us Part 2.
What do you think?
I really like it.
Yeah?
Like, I genuinely think The Last of Us is one of, if not the best game Naughty Dog's ever released.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the first game was fucking great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know if you've played the first one,
but like
it's good gameplay, it's atmospheric, it requires you to be good at the game, and it has a great story. And now they've managed to do this, but with next generation graphics, and they've hired a whole writing team.
Yeah.
And they've updated it, and like they've programmed it so that every single AI character in it has a basic backstory. So it's like if you like kill a person, like one of the guys, then he could have someone in that group who is friends with him, who will then hunt you harder because you've killed his man.
That's cool.
And it's things like you could kill one of the attack dogs.
Yeah.
And someone is going to react exactly how you would react if you just killed their dog.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Like everyone has like a personal or emotional attachment to something else in the game.
Yeah.
Because the world feels real.
Yeah.
So like every kill you make has weight to it now.
Yeah.
There's not just like it's a video game and you're like, haha, I killed that guy, that nameless, faceless NPC.
Yeah.
It's like you'll kill someone and somebody, like another one of the guys who are around are going to react.
If that's the case...
Like you've just murdered someone. I think the whole point is to really hammer home that sort of moral dilemma of
like killing somebody has weight
Yeah.
to it.
yeah.
You can't just go around this game. And
It
I'm
doesn't-
assuming, because I haven't seen the trailer yet, I'm assuming that you don't start off with an entire inventory of weapons.
No,
that
I'm
you could
assuming
process.
you'll start off with your knife like you usually do in a boat.
Yeah. So
Maybe a pistol.
Maybe a pistol. But also, you gotta remember, so it's a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
There's other things, like there's clickers. Are the clickers still a big thing in this game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. They've not. They have not shown a single
Clicker.
clicker or zombie thing
Yeah.
in any of the trailers.
Hmm. That's actually really smart too.
Because like we know they're there,
yeah.
but that is not what this game is about.
No.
They are just another obstacle.
Yeah.
Like the zombies have never been
The point of Last
the
of Us.
plot of The Last of Us. Like
Yeah.
they were in Last of Us 1 and like the whole thing was that Ellie may be the cure.
Yeah.
We still don't know if
She is.
well, she is, but there's a well okay, right. Fuck it. Spoilers for Last of Us Part 1. If you haven't, go and download it on PSN. It's free this month.
Is it?
Yeah, it's with one of the free games this month. It's
Do we
this
have it?
and
Like,
the
do we
show.
have it like the game? If not, can we download it? Because I feel like playing it again.
Yeah, you should play it anyway before the part 2 comes out.
Yeah.
We'll do a replay. We'll play it on hard.
Cool.
Yeah, so the end of Last of Us Part 1, you basically, because the whole way through the game is she's been bitten, but she hasn't turned into a zombie.
Right.
So she's immune. And then they find out when they get to the hospital that she's got this, like, immunity matter around the brain. Because what the disease is it's a mold. And
Yeah.
the mold penetrates the brain and turns her into one of these things.
Right.
But she's got this protective immunity thing around her brain, like this matter that's developed
Right.
that protects the part of the brain that the mold
That's
affects.
That's cool.
But the way that they would find a cure for it is by
Cutting her open.
removing that part,
Right.
like scraping, which would kill her.
Yeah.
Like they're basically like the
Like,
only
you
way
can't
we
walk
do
that
is
off.
if we killed her and took her brain out.
Yeah. Like you can't.
And then
really walk
as
one off.
Joel, you freak out and you kill them all. And you sort of like carry her out. And you put her in the back of the car and you drive out while she's under anesthetic.
Right.
And then when she wakes up, you just go, he tells her that there's like dozens of people like that. And that there was nothing that she could have done anyway.
Hmm.
And you basically, Joel outright lies to her.
And tells her.
And tells her that like there was they never could have made a cure anyway. And like you end the thing when she like the very end of the game, like the very last cutscene is like her walking up this hill.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, basically just asks is like, like not directly, but like were you fucking with me? Like, are you lying to me?
Yeah.
And he basically is just like, no, there's nothing you could do, like, it's fine. And then there's like this sort of like unconscious question is like, you kind of know that she knows that he's lying, but she chooses to ignore it.
Yeah.
So I assume that will come into play at some point in this game.
And also like, oh wow.
Yeah, like the game is heavy.
Yeah. But also like.
To quote Back to the Future, heavy.
Heavy.
I don't think weight has anything to do with it, Marty.
That's a good reference. But like, that is really heavy. Not just for the fact that it's like, did you get like a choice to do that?
No.
No. So there was.
That's what it means. It's like that's why I like Last of Us, because like games have gone a lot into it's like choose to save Ellie, choose to let them find a cure, all that stuff. Like that's a big choice to have.
Yeah.
But there is something like special about a controversial decision being made, whether or not you would make that decision. Because it's not like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? It's like, no, Joel made this decision.
Yeah.
You're basically just here for the ride.
Yeah.
Which I like. It makes The Last of Us a really, really well designed interactive movie. And I like movies. In case you hadn't noticed, but Fat was stood here talking about movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm super keen. Like I genuinely I will be surprised if it's not Game of the Year.
Do you think so? This is the part 2. This is Ellie's.
I think it comes out in February. This is Ellie's story.
Yeah.
Look, something spectacular is going to have to come out next year for Last of Us Part 2 not to be Game of the Year.
I think it will get it because it's been very anticipated.
Well, I think because Death Stranding comes out this year technically, so that'll fall under that.
Also, what the hell is that game about? I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows what Death Stranding is about. At this point, I don't even think Hideo Kojima knows what it's about and he wrote it.
Because I was watching it when I went to go see the Joker. The trailer came up before I watched it. Like before the movie came on, the trailer for Death Stranding came on.
Yeah.
That apparently the game is going to be awesome, but I couldn't tell you what the game is about. The guy has a fetus strapped to his chest. He has like a antenna radio thing coming up his back. There's a giant shadow demon in front of him, and he has to connect us all. What does that even mean? I don't get it.
Honestly, nobody knows.
If someone out there do know, leave a comment what you think it means, because I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's super weird. While we're talking about Death Stranding, then a creepy thing was announced the other day. It was so apparently the little fetus in a jar thing that you've got.
Yeah.
Apparently that's going to talk to you through your PlayStation controller.
Nah.
Not a fan at all.
Nah.
Like, no, don't need that in my life.
I don't need a talking fetus.
Yeah. So apparently, that's just Hideo Kojima being fucking weird again, isn't it?
Oh my god, that's weird. What does that even mean? Is it like a little you?
I don't know. But it's genius, right? Because it looks great.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what it's about. So I'm gonna buy it out of pure curiosity.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because I saw this thing the other day. It was like only 3 months until we can play through Death Stranding and still not know what the fuck it was about. Yeah. Because I can actually see myself playing through this entire game, getting to the end and going, what?
I was like that when you played Control. When I watched you play Control,
Control did exactly the same thing. Well, I got to the end and it was like it just rolled the credits, and I was like, okay, that was pointless.
Yeah, that completely diverging from Death Stranding, but Control. I understand what the story was. It just didn't make any sense to me.
It just didn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
I think it was like it built up and it built up and it built up and it built up and it built up, and you didn't even get the big major boss fight with the I'm not going to go into spoilers, but you didn't even get they build up this boss fight with this dude.
Right.
You don't get it. It doesn't happen. It's literally it brings you all the way up to the boss fight.
Yeah.
And then ends the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? So if they release DLC,
yeah,
that is that boss fight, I actively encourage people not to buy it.
Well, the thing is, I hate that. If a game has to release more of the game to get people to finish the game, put that with the game. People are going to buy the game. No one's going to buy the ending. Just put the ending in the game.
Yeah, no, it's dumb it is dumb as shit.
Don't pull an EA and don't withhold story for us, and we have to buy more of it to finish it. That's the whole reason why I don't play EA games.
Yeah, it's absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Moving on dangerously now.
Right.
Because we're falling down the Control rabbit hole.
Right.
Lastly, I think we should talk about more Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Because I'm actively pushing people to play this game now.
Well, it's a good game.
We've played a few sessions now. A few.
Yeah.
A lot. We play a lot. We've got 2 different games going on at the same time, which is great.
Yeah.
It's just such a good game. I really want... it's coming back now. The stigma is going, and I'm doing everything I can to remove it. There's a video online right now of me talking about why you should be playing it. There's an article that I wrote about why you should be playing it.
And that got a lot of traction too.
Yeah, it actually did.
Yeah.
It was super popular. So, just sort of pushing it more. It's super fun.
I don't think we'll be satisfied until the entire world is consumed by D&D.
Pretty much. I'm thinking, we're probably gonna start doing some D&D,
like videos,
like live videos and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
Once I've worked out the logistics behind doing that, it's just.
But you know what I think would be a really cool purchase for like later on down the track? It would be getting a D&D table that has a screen in the middle, so it shows the map of the world that you're in.
You can get the tiles and stuff and do like a dungeon crawl.
A dungeon crawl?
Yeah.
What's that?
You've never done a dungeon crawl? You've never heard of the phrase dungeon crawl?
No.
It's literally like a battle through a dungeon. Skyrim, every time you do anything in Skyrim, it's basically a dungeon crawl.
Oh, like the first mission.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a dungeon crawl. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh, so
But you can get tiles and you can set them out so that you can get like little figurines and it would show you where you are.
Yeah.
We just don't do it because it takes too much time.
Yeah, fair.
Planning on my part. So it's just like we've had some really really good games. We've had some fairly shit ones. But you know, it's just fun.
It is.
Go out there, create a character, play the game.
You don't have to take it that seriously. If you just go out and if you get a few friends together, get some drinks, play some D&D, you're gonna have fun, guaranteed.
Yeah, look, it's only ever gonna be as serious as like your group takes it. So if you want to all, you know, get together and you want to have it super serious and you want to fucking
get into character
and you like, I do actively encourage only referring to each other as your character name, which
it does help the
you
DM.
guys don't do.
Yes, I know, and it does piss you off.
It does really annoy me. I'm gonna start getting you name tags. But yeah, look, it's just a good game that you are limited by your imagination, which for us is basically not limited at all and super violent.
Yeah.
Right, how many heads have you exploded at this point?
Far too many.
Yeah, far too many.
Far too many.
It's been pretty visceral.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, look, if you want to see like D&D, like a one-off like video, let us know and we'll show you how it is. And if you really enjoy that, we'll do a full series on it. I will do one a month with like a big group where we just play D&D.
Yeah.
There'll be significantly long videos.
Yeah.
I'll do like a quick. We'll do one-offs to start off with. Like I'll write some.
Yeah.
I will write quests for you people.
That's actually pretty cool.
And yeah, so just let us know. I think we've pretty much run time today.
What are we at? We're at 43
yeah,
minutes.
we've been going on.
Holy crap! Oh shit.
So this has been episode 28 of the Real Talk podcast. If
Yes.
you want to read any of our articles, they're at realtalkpcd.com. I assume you're watching this on YouTube already. So
or listening to it on SoundCloud.
Or yeah, maybe. Yeah, I should probably go back to uploading things to SoundCloud.
We haven't been uploading to SoundCloud?
No, it's not been working.
Fair.
Yeah, it's been a pain in the ass.
Fair.
I'll give it a crack. I'll try and get SoundCloud back up. So go to SoundCloud or YouTube. We're both Real Talk Pop Culture Discussions. If you want to follow me, Jacob, on Twitter, I am at Review by Lurch.
And I am at JaredKiddo1. I really need to change that name.
Real Talk itself is on Twitter at RealPop. Real_pop. And yeah, Facebook and Instagram, also Real Talk Pop Culture Discussions.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again next week.
See you again next week.
Keep it real.
Stay sexy.
Bye.